Welcome to this week's edition of Pitstop. I'm joined by Charl Bosch. Mark is absent this week. He went to China with Cherry last week and he'll be back next week to tell us all about the new products coming. But speaking of new products, Charl, I'm sure many people would not believe it the first time when they just the phrase Kia bakkie.
Yeah.
Kia bakkie. Seriously, honestly?
Yeah, it's true. It is almost here. It's been going on for a couple of years now. Actually, a couple of years ago, they showed a concept one, and it was a horrible looking thing. And people thought, are you serious? Is this going to be it? Unfortunately, that never materialized. It's been dumbed down, and well, not dumbed down, but it's a completely different vehicle. But it is coming. It's going to be launching, from what we've heard, at the end of this year. It's going to make its global premiere and then go on sale next year, and it's going to be called the Tasman. Tasman, yes, not as in a person's name, a lady's name.
Not Tasman Adams from Cape Town.
No. This one is Tasman, in reference to the Tasman Sea. Because
you mean like Australia, man?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Australia.
Those guys. Because the Australians did help with most of the development work. Lots of the development work, or the majority actually took place in Australia. So they decided to call it the Tasman as sort of a tribute, a homage to Abel Tasman, who of course founded New Zealand. And the Tasman Sea, of course, splits Australia and New Zealand.
So did one of these bakkies cross the Tasman, or did it drown?
Well, I don't know. Probably very, very soon. But when one of those guys decides to be stupid, probably, and test its all-wheel drive capability too long to see if this thing can float, then it will probably end up in the Tasman Sea one time. But yeah, it's coming.
So, if I remember correctly, what's been going on the last few years, also in the Hyundai kind of a camp. There's been bakkie rumors for a very long time.
Yes.
Obviously, Kia, Hyundai is still connected, the two Korean marquees. Is Kia a bit ahead of Hyundai here with the bakkie? What's the situation there with Hyundai?
Hyundai's got a bakkie. It's called the Santa Cruz, but that's only sold in the United States, and it's a unibody-based bakkie.
You mean a pickup?
Pickup, yeah.
Pickup.
Sorry, my mistake. Pickup truck. But it's not a unibody. It's not a body on frame, as we all know, as a Hilux or a Ranger or whatever. So that's unibody. It's a more lifestyle vehicle. There was suggestions at one point that Kia might take a two-pronged approach, have a Santa Cruz-esque rival for the US, and then have this body on frame traditional bakkie for developing markets, because the Santa Cruz is only offered with a petrol engine in North America. The underside of the Tasman, even though they don't want to admit it, or it's not officially approved, comes from a vehicle called the Kia Mojave, which is a huge 7-seat, 8-seat SUV that you get in South Korea only. It's not sold anywhere else. It's above the Sorento. That's their only body-on-frame vehicle that they have in their entire range. So it would only make sense that they use that as a platform. So we don't know if there's going to be a Kia version of the Santa Cruz, if I can put it like that. Okay. There was also at some stage spy photos that emerged of a body-on-frame Hyundai bakkie after the Santa Cruz was launched, but that seems to have died down. Nothing, and this was about 2 or 3 years ago, and we haven't heard anything yet. So whatever, I did speak about 4 years ago to Gary Scott, who's the CEO of Kia South Africa, about the Tasman, then still unnamed back then, and I actually asked him about, is there going to be a Kia version of the Santa Cruz, and he said, well, he can't comment about that, but if there's a Kia bakkie, a body-on-frame one, then, or a Hyundai body-on-frame one, it's going to be only natural that Kia make the version, which has now happened.
Okay, so Tasman, where's that going to fit in? I can't see them making single cabs and trying to enter the workhorse market.
That's going to happen, though. That's going to happen because the initial rumors were that it's not the spy photos. They had this bizarre spy image, not spy images, but teaser images that were of a double cab. It looked the front
with the colours.
With the colours, yeah. It was designed by it's a New Zealand or Australian local artist that did it to cover up the vehicle. it looks incredibly boxy. The front end looks like a Kia EV9 electric EV, and the side profile looks a bit like a Jeep Gladiator. Now we don't know what it looks like unwrapped, but what they were saying is, and it was double cab. It was only what they said. There's going to be a single cab. There's going to be a cab and a half. It will have a towing capacity of 3.5 tons, standard 3.5 tons, and it will also have a payload of 1,000 kilograms, and it will only be available with a diesel engine, the 2.2 diesel.
That's in all the Kia and Hyundai top-end Sorentos.
Even though the Mojave has a lovely 3-litre V6 turbo diesel, but it's 4-cylinder only for now. So those 3 body styles, and they've projected quite robust sales figures. They want to sell 20,000 units, I believe, per annum in Australia alone, and Australia will be one of their key markets. But obviously, 3 body styles.
So they will be. It's not going to be like a Mercedes X-Class.
Did you have to go there?
Yes, I had to. Unfortunately, that was a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Who came in. It's going to be a proper, like the Aussies would say, proper offering on the table.
Proper.
So
horrible accent, by the way.
So our top bakkies, Toyota Hilux, Ford Ranger, Isuzu D-Max, Mahindra pickup. So they've got. It will be foolish of them not to look what's going on over in the Tasman camp, because they're going to come with the A game.
Absolutely, it's been on the board for so many years. As Gary told me, it's been a 5-year project that's been on the table for almost longer than that. So it's not careful thought and careful development and careful planning has gone into this thing. It's not Mercedes. It's not a rebadging, restyling exercise of the Nissan Navara that the X-Class was. This is proper, and it's an independent Kia. There's no rebadged version of a vehicle originating from China or whatever. It is a proper in-house developed Kia project. So they've gone quite to some lengths to make sure that this is the real deal, and that to be taken seriously against the established rivals.
Yeah, if you look at it, that's basically all they needed, and it's a lot of things being put together. Like you said, the 2.2 engine. That's their engine.
Yeah.
It stood the test of time. It would probably be magnificent in that bakkie.
Yes.
Because it's exactly what the bakkie market requires around here. Look at Kia's styling of late. The new Sportage. It just looks better and better over the years. Even the new Picanto.
Yes.
Now, the little things they've put on. And obviously Kia's such an established name locally and obviously elsewhere in the world. But I mean, from where they began to where they are now, and their after sales, and I mean, it's basically putting all of those things together and into a bakkie, and that sure.
How it will be received, we don't know. As I said, the styling language, from what we've seen, is not going to be from the opposites united as the Sportage or the Picanto. It's going to be that whole EV6 inspired thing, which could eventually lead to it possibly being available as an electric bakkie, because we know that electric bakkies are now all the rage at the moment. They're coming out quickly because of the advances made in China. So, and from that whole American-esque styling, because it looks like a big, brash, bulky American thing, even though it will not be offered. A truck. So that after you've been for a couple of days, it has that big blocky American style, similar to what I said to a Jeep Gladiator, because the whole side profile is Gladiator. So I think it's going to be a very interesting thing, and it builds on the lineage. I mean, we've been inquiring about a Kia bakkie for a very long time, and the Tasman is officially here. Well, almost officially here. We'll just have to wait and see. There's going to be probably more teaser images released soon, and then we get a clearer image of what it looks like. But the first images have spoken volumes.
Yeah, that was it for this week. Thank you very much for listening to the Pitstop podcast with me, Jaco from Merwe and Charl Bosch. If you like this podcast, please go and click the like. You can also share it, and please subscribe to the Citizens YouTube channel. Thank you.